It's the happiest I've ever seen Donald Trump.
Oh, God, I know.
Go through your memory banks and see if you can find a video of Donald Trump in which he's happier than he is partying with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. Mr. President, I know you want to move past all this intrigue over the Epstein files, but I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your Attorney General told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen?
No, it's not the Attorney General. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. And it's a bad group. It started, actually, look at the Steele dossier that turned out to be a total hoax. The 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence agents, it was a hoax. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats, and some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net.
Oh, yeah. You posted Bill O'Reilly, who was apparently still alive. Who knew?
Yeah.
Says
barely.
Says Jeffrey Epstein was convicted during the Biden administration and then accuses Hakeem Jeffrey of not caring about the truth. When he's reminded Epstein allegedly committed suicide during the Trump administration, his response is, yeah, so... I mean, that clip is like chef's kiss, right?
Oh, yeah. Bill O'Reilly's reached the fat cats in Washington stage of punditry, where that's basically all he can say. Oh, Hakeem Jeffrey is one of those fat cats in Washington, and he has a fast and loose relationship with the truth. And, oh, by the way, it was Biden who investigated Jeffrey Epstein, convicted him, even though Jeffrey Epstein died years before. In 2019.
I know.
So Bill O'Reilly still having trouble with the whole, linear passage of time thing.
Well, so you also posted Trump's Epstein problem isn't going away and it's only getting worse. And you just said that MSNBC posted a devastating video montage of Trump's current administration previously demanding the release of the Epstein files. I mean, so much unfortunate tape for them of everybody on record, right?
Right. In the middle of that montage is Donald Trump being asked about the Epstein files. Are you going to release the Epstein files? And a guy who normally speaks in all caps, as we all are aware of and are horrified by, his answer to that question was, maybe. You know how he gets that? Sometimes he gets like really quiet and whispery.
Yeah.
I've become like a Donald Trump performance expert now.
I know.
He just gets like really silent and quiet as though, maybe I will. And then he says, it's we want to make sure there's no one in there that could be incriminated unfairly because these things can tend to. And of course, he's talking about himself. This is all about covering up his own appearance over these files.
The biggest tell is he's switched to going fake news written by Hillary.
Right.
You're like, oh, so you're in there, but now you're going to switch to, this fake news witch hunt, right?
Right. And the thing I can't get past is the fact that he is photographed with Jeffrey Epstein. He's in that famous video with Jeffrey Epstein where he's partying and doing the white man's overbite dance and pointing out all the women he's going to prey upon there in the room. And the remarkable thing about that video, Stephanie, is it's the happiest I've ever seen Donald Trump.
Oh, God, I know.
Go through your memory banks and see if you can find a video of Donald Trump in which he's happier than he is partying with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, you mean to tell me that he went right up to that line and decided, hey, you know what? Being a client of Jeffrey Epstein is just a bridge too far for me. Absolutely not. Of course he's a client of Jeffrey Epstein, or was.
With those awful eyebrows. Has anything ever been like the right shade on his face ever?
Never.
Just like a Picasso.
You know what? I always noticed that in the video. His David Ferry from the movie JFK eyebrows in that video, where he's very clearly painted in his gingy eyebrows to look darker and thicker. As though they weren't thick enough. He had to make them, he had to put whatever makeup on there. Because he's a manly man.
Yeah. This is the thing about the Frankenstein monster finally, turning on the creator is that, it feels, Bob, like, first of all, Mike Johnson is the most significant crack, I think, but even all these podcasters like Charlie Kirk are panicking, right? I thought, so Mike Johnson was asked, I have a question about the testimony of Ghislaine Maxwell potentially before Congress, or if you would support members like Marjorie Taylor Greene or Anna Luna on the release of a subpoena in the Epstein documents from the DOJ. Would you support either of those? And he said, I haven't talked to Marjorie or Anna about any anything specific, but I'm for transparency. We should put everything out there and let the people decide. I mean, the White House and the White House team are privy to facts. I don't know. I mean, this isn't my lane. I haven't been involved in that, but I agree with the sentiment that we need to put it out there. I mean, I don't know, Bob. Is this their off-ramp to get rid of Trump finally? To go, he, turns out has some medical issues, which have been apparent to anyone.
You know what? I don't know. We were talking about this on my show yesterday. I don't know if this is one of those John Oliver "we got him" moments where finally there's
we've got him.
we got him. But I don't know, because so few things actually stick to this guy.
Yeah.
And so it's entirely possible that eventually they circle the wagons around him and start to shift over to, it's fake news. The documents are fake. All along it was fake. I don't know that they can do that, because the MAGA entertainment complex has built their entire business model for so many years.
Thank you.
Around these files.
Bob, you sent me this soundbite because you send me all the bodily fluids that we share. But Charlie Kirk saying definitively 2 days ago, I'm done talking about Epstein after Trump calls him, right? He said, so this is what I said yesterday. I'm done talking about Epstein for the time being. Nobody, not a single news outlet said for the time being. They didn't include that second part of the sentence.
He
said you say thousands of words on a talk radio program. That's true. Not all of them are as precise as you should have said, so I want to make an addendum to what I said yesterday. We're going to keep on talking about it. When I said for the time being, I meant yesterday.
Oh, just one day. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Charlie.
The thing with Charlie Kirk is he's got to keep up the grift.
Yeah.
He's got the whole TPUSA grift where he's going from college campus to college campus, indoctrinating young women into becoming trad wives and things like that, shaming them into studying, facts and attaining knowledge, and instead saying, you can go to college just to find a husband. And he's raising all kinds of money. I mean, hundreds of millions of dollars from the top MAGA financiers in order to do this. And if he upsets the Donald Trump MAGA apple cart by going all in like some of the other grifters with the Epstein files, he may miss out on some of that gravy train. So I think he's
exactly
really
right.
protecting his cash flow. Is what
Whenever
Charlie's
you say the word trad wife, you should see the face that Bella makes. It's like, did I step in Bonnie Clyde's poo on the way?
It's true. I mean, there was just a Daily Show special that covered Charlie Kirk and his scam and his college tour, and he's a lot more than just a Twitter troll. He's actually really influential in the worst ways.
So Candace Owens accused Trump of thinking his political base is stupid. Oh. She called the Jeffrey Epstein scandal terminal cancer for the MAGA movement. She said Trump is guilty of gaslighting the public. Oh, everybody's so late to the party. Aww. Hi, Candace. She said people around him think Trump is stupid. Trump is surrounded by people who hate him and have infiltrated his base. Okay. Okay, so she talked about, the distracting with the weapons to Ukraine. She said Operation Give Them More War. Yeah, war is a distraction. I'm telling you, this will be the very last person that will stop talking about Jeffrey Epstein. So they have not. I mentioned she's going to get outed in a minute. There's going to be Bradley Whitford. There's going to be deer antlers. She's going to have someone with a teacup. She's going to end up.
Well, I'm glad that we're not the only ones constantly policing distractions. I'm glad someone else is doing that on the other side. But Candace Owens has quite a bit of influence over there, because I think she's one of the top 5 or top 10 podcasters in the news and politics rankings. And so she has that kind of pull to be able to maybe keep this story alive, and between her and Dan Bongino and some of the others, it's encouraging. And please go, please proceed, Governor. That sort of thing. Please, keep talking about it.
By the way, John Barrasso, you reposted John Barrasso. So we have over 5 million people sitting at home who are able to work, who are on Medicaid and choose not to work. Kristen Welker, 92% of people who are on Medicaid are either working or would qualify for an exemption. I mean, when there's even a tiny dollop of journalism, thank you. Right?
Yes.
I think it was Rachel Bitticofer, our friend, said 0.4% of Medicaid goes to undocumented people, and that's only because of emergency. Or are we on the verge of being a society that says, no, just let them die in the emergency room if they're in a car crash?
Yeah. It was a rare bit of journalism from Kristen Welker, leading me to believe that on the replay version of Meet the Press, they cut it out. They just edited it. Oh, wait, that was a mistake. We got to get rid of that. But it's absolutely true. I mean, the Republicans have been playing with this myth for so long. There have been all kinds of derogatory words about, people milking off the system and so forth that I'm not going to repeat on the radio. But this is another one of those cases where they believe that there's just a jobs tree, a jobs fairy, that anyone who wants a job can go get a job that has amazing health insurance. And that's absolutely not the case.
Yeah.
And obviously, we're talking about a lot of people who are unable to work, who just don't have the means or maybe the physical capability to be able to go out and get a job. And once again, where are these jobs with this amazing health insurance? I just don't see them out there. So, and we're also in that area where we're near full employment. So it's not like there are a whole lot of gigs out.
Let me just mention your alpha liberal moment before we go. You just said JFC, what a disaster. The Supreme Court allowing Trump to, move forward with the abolition of the Department of Education. And you retweeted Rude Pundit, who said the Supreme Court majority is quite clearly just doing the bidding of Trump. If Democrats are ever in control again, justices who let Trump get away with breaking the law need to be impeached and removed, then either do term limits or expansion. Tradition.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the way Gavin Newsom is fighting and saying, well, we're going to gerrymander too then. I mean, it's, this meme I loved. So the Supreme Court said Biden couldn't cancel student loans without Congress, but Trump can dismantle the entire Department of Education. I mean, I am tired of because the second a Democratic president gets in, they're going to rule the opposite and go, oh, no, too much executive power. He can't do that, right?
Oh, yeah. The thing I'm waiting for is when the Democratic primary hopefuls for 2028, and we should start looking ahead to that too, start talking about how they're going to reconstruct the nation and hold the fascists accountable. These are two things that are so important because otherwise, if we say, well, you know what, I mean, some of this stuff was okay. No, that's the end, because the next time they come around, they'll build on what Trump started, and it'll get worse and worse and worse. We have to fix all the things that Donald Trump is destroying, including the Rose Garden. I just want to throw that in there. He's paving over the Rose Garden, and it pains me every time I see that atrocity out there.
You are correct, Superman. You can get your Superman Bob Cesca Show t-shirt at bobcesca.com. You said my review of Superman is the creek with the credits roll. The world is a bad place right now. Damn, I needed this. Highest recommend. And you just said, I wish I could watch it over again. It's an unironically earnest, thoughtful, empathetic Superman with all the things I love about James Gunn's projects.
Yeah, I'm a big James Gunn fan, so this was right up my alley, and it was just a great movie. It's just exactly the sort of thing we need right now.
Yep. I am going to see Life of Chuck today at our friend Mark Hamill's film. See it before it leaves theaters, because it's leaving theaters soon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he's apparently amazing in it. So anyway, there you go. Well, this is all too familiar to me, right? You wake up with a scratchy throat, congestion, maybe a runny nose or a cough. You know your body. You know you're getting sick. So your choices are you tough it out, you get sick, take time off from work, hope the doctor can see you this month, right? Wait 2 hours at urgent care, sit in a room full of other sick people, or you can open your medical emergency kit just like mine. I just match my symptoms to the doctor recommended prescription, start on the right meds, and I nip it in the bud right now. This is not a first aid kit. It comes with doctor prescribed meds to treat dozens of common and serious medical issues, strong antibiotics for infections of all types, strep throat, pneumonia, UTIs, bronchitis, and a lot more. Plus, a doctor's easy guide so you know exactly what to take and when. No waiting to see the doctor, no waiting at the pharmacy. All my meds are right here in my kit. Every home should have at least one medical emergency kit. Order yours online in just minutes. Your kit will be rushed to your door. Get $45 off at urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie. The promo code is Stephanie. Don't forget promo code Stephanie at urgentcarekit.com/Stephanie.